Well, here we are, Saners. Welcome to the round 24 match preview thanks to Northern Shed Solutions. The final match preview of our season. We face none other than Carlton. Now this is written in the stars, of course. This game had to be one of the last games of the season and one of the more important games. Carlton, if they win this, they secure finals for 2024. If they lose this, if St Kilda continue the form we've seen of the last couple of games, they'll be relying on other results to secure that finals berth. So, what's going to happen? I got no idea. We don't know what type of Carlton's going to turn up. We all know it's very well documented. Their injuries for us. Caminiti's out for the season, so he's going to be an out. Filippo looking likely to play, back from the flu. Brad Hill looked like he was going to miss. Got to get through training, and he should be fine to play. So we look like we're going in, as strong as we were last week. Not too many changes. And the Blues, maybe Curnow, maybe Sard, maybe McGovern. There's talks of, Sard being the more likely. But outside of that, to me, it doesn't matter. I don't care if they bring in every player that's injured or if they just remain unchanged. Either way, it's going to be a very difficult game for us because of how much they have riding on it, because of the fans, because of how loud they're going to be, the momentum, what it means to them. But we've been in this situation for a couple of games this season. Essendon, their season was on the line. We put them to the sword. Geelong, top 4, top 2 was on the line. They probably might get it anyway with West Coast being their last game, and they'll win that by 400 points. Nonetheless, we stood in their way. So we're used to a couple of big games like this. Obviously, this is going to be insane. It's going to be a cauldron in there, in that ground. But we've got the tools to cause them some problems. Everything that Carlton doesn't like in the opposition that causes them problems, we have. The way Hawthorn opened them up, the speed on the outside, the uncontested marking, the uncontested game, just in general play, speed on the ball, transition, that hurts Carlton. Last week, I believe I saw a stat, something like, from 13 intercepts off half back, we scored 8 times, which is absurd. Apparently that's just out of this world in terms of getting the ball off halfback and counter-punching with that much aggression. So, no doubt, last week was a very, very good warm-up for what we need to do again for 4 quarters on Sunday afternoon. If we can do that, if we can run, if we can get the ball in with speed, not allow them to set up. Obviously, Jacob Wiedering's the biggest problem down back. He's probably the main/only problem. McGovern, if he doesn't pull up, that helps a lot. But we've not really been bombing it long anyways in the last couple of weeks. So that kind of negates Jacob Wiedering's biggest strength, which is intercepting. So if we can run the ball into the 50 and really be methodical about it and just pick little holes every now and then that's going to work in our favor. We've been taking shots from more 40 to 50 out because we're entering the 50 probably more shallow than what we used to. We'd go deep, but deep is where the fullbacks are. That's where all the tall forwards are. That's where it's predictable that way. But if you're going for those short little lead up, the hit ups, we go 50 to 45 and then you go for the next kick, then it kind of creates some gaps that may not be there if you just bomb it long and hope for the best. So midfield battle, obviously going into this game, is going to be massive. They've got a lot of injuries, Carlton, but they've still got a very good midfield. Walsh, Kennedy, Hewitt, Cripps, they're still in very good form. Pitnet's going to have a big job on Marshall, but Marshall's also going to have a big job on Pitnet. It's a two-way street there. They're both in good form. He's a big boy. Some people think maybe do we bring in Tom Campbell and have him just be the brick wall in the middle of the ground for tap work, and then have Rowe just be another giant mid around the ground and then go forward and hurt them, because that's one thing that he has over Pitnat is that he doesn't go and hit the scoreboard as much as what Marshall does. So that's another asset that we have. We have speed. And And obviously Carlton's one would, and it's a very good one, which I told Terry yesterday on our preview, so check that out, is that they're just a very good clearance contested ball team. If the ball is in tight and it's a very physical battle for 4 quarters, that's going to favour Carlton. If we get it on the outside from the contest very quickly and spread, that's where we hurt them. Because on the outside, they've got Blake Acres. He's a very good player for them, no doubt. He's been excellent the last couple of seasons since he's been there, which is great to see because I was a big fan when he was at the Saints. But he's not quick. And that's the thing. They've got some very good endurance players, Hollands, Acres, Walsh. But they're not quick. Cripps, one of the best players in the comp, if not the best at the moment. Not quick. So if we can take their strengths away from them, that utilizes our strengths. Because if the ball's not in the contest, it's on the outside, and that's where we're so good. So I'm not nervous about this game. I'm actually just really excited because I love that we're going to have a team have so much on the line and we stand in the way. I want to see how we handle that pressure because that's a different type of pressure for us. It's our last game. We can throw caution to the wind as we've done for the last 3 weeks and play quick attacking football and test Carlton. Or we can let the crowd and the occasion kind of overwhelm us and, the momentum that Carlton might have because they're a team that they can kick goals very quickly. They did it against West Coast. They've done it in a lot of games this season. They put Geelong to the sword when they played them 5 or 6 weeks ago, and that was one of the best performances of the year. And they're going to be unpredictable because their forward line isn't going to have the star power that we're so used to coming up against. And we know, missing Max King, how unpredictable our forward entries have been, and we've been scoring more. So they're in a similar boat. They have to kind of work around that star power that's missing. Cripps will be there. So if we can negate his influence, because he's going to put them on his back. That's what he does. He did it last week. He's that type of captain. He's one of the best captains in the competition. He's going to put the pressure on himself to lead his team over the line. And that's why I want Jack Steele to go head-to-head with him. Captain to captain, that's where Jack needs to stand up. Hunter Clark, we need these players to just continue their outside form. Brad Hill, Naz, Sinks, rebounding and being really aggressive. And then obviously Sharman, Membry, Owens are going to have a bit more responsibility. No Caminiti to crash the packs. So they're going to have to support each other even more than what they've done in the last couple of weeks. But I'm stoked to have such an exciting game to round out our season. A lot of people think this is our grand final. It's Carlton's final. They stuff this, they could potentially stuff their season. For us, this is just another opportunity for the players to implement what we want to do going into 2025 and get the fans excited for the future of the club. And to be fair, the last 7 to 8 weeks, even more, they've done that. They've given us a lot of exciting football. They've beaten some pretty good teams, and Carlton could be another one. So I'm quietly optimistic. I wouldn't say I'm confident, but I'm optimistic that if we play anything like we played in that second half against the Cats, that regardless of the way, Carlton play, I think we'll be in with a massive show, just simply because of how quick we can move that football. So get to the game, saying as it is a Carlton home game, but it's our final game of the season, and we're going to be outnumbered in the stands, but let's reduce the amount that we're outnumbered and get to the game, get behind the goals, just support the boys in any way that you can. They've been ultra professional in this last 10 weeks, and that's been really impressive to watch, to see the growth of some of these players, even some of the youngsters, and how they've developed throughout the year. So hopefully we can continue our form. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling about this game. The teams will be out tonight, so they'll drop at 6:20. We'll be live at 6:10 with Jaden, so check that out, the final teams of the season. And then Sunday comes around, and we'll be at Marvel, hopefully, to put on a show. And just a little reminder to the AFL world that we can play some pretty good football, and we're not as irrelevant as some people think. So I'll wrap it there, Sainers. Thank you very much for your support on the match previews this season. This is the final one, so drop a like if you've enjoyed it throughout the season. And I'll see you after the game on Sunday. Until then, take care, and as always, go you mighty Sainers. See you guys.